Welcome to Great Notley Garden Village, a new housing development near Braintree in the heart of Essex. In these programmes, we're following the construction of hundreds of new homes and meeting some of the people building new lives and a new community. This mixed housing development on a 465-acre site will be made up of 3 distinctive hamlets designed to echo the style of traditional English village architecture. So far, after 6 years, over 1,000 of the 2,000 homes have been built, and now many of the new homeowners have moved in. Today we visit the vet in the new surgery, and we reveal the winner of the Great Notley Garden Village sculpture competition. But first, I'm off to try my hand at being a kitchen fitter's mate with Matthew Steele over at Willow's Edge. This is Carpenter's Drive on Willow's Edge at Great Notley. Now, the houses down here, you will see, are finished on this side, but they're still building them over on this side. The houses over there exactly reflect the houses over there. They're a mirror image as you walk down the street. You see, down at this end, there you've got finished houses, and they're putting the finishing touches to exactly the same on the other side. This is number 2, finished, someone living in it, and across the road is plot number 136, exactly the same. Something special is happening in here today. Normally you just get empty rooms, but what they're doing is they're putting a heart into the house, and we're going to help them. And no house would be complete without its kitchen, and Matthew is in here putting the units in. Does that make you a kitchen fitter? Is that what you call that?
Yeah, that's what I am, kitchen fitter.
A kitchen fitter. Jolly good. All right. Now you've got a couple in already.
Yeah.
Why is there a gap there on that one?
Otherwise the straw would hit onto this unit.
Oh, I see. Right. So not only do you, when you're planning it out, you have to work out all the functions and everything
Otherwise
moving.
the drawers would clash and all sorts of problems.
Is this your...
That's it, that's my plan.
That's your plan?
Yeah.
So we are there?
Yeah, that's the corner unit, and that's this one I'm fitting now.
Matt reckons to do 5 kitchens per week. That's 1 a day. I reckon that's going it a bit, but then I'm only the kitchen fitter's mate. But hang on a minute, what's behind here? There's all these pipes in the way. So, how do you get this to fit over those pipes?
Lots of measurements.
Really?
Well, marking and measurements, yeah.
Go on then.
Right. Basically, these two just eye up from the back.
Well, I can see how you do the little ones, but how do you do these great big pipes at the back?
They have to come up through the bottom, so I lean over the back and eye line through to see where they're coming.
Just doing an eye line?
Yeah.
Okay, I suppose because the pipes are that wide, it doesn't have to be absolutely bang on, does it?
No, there's always a bit of tolerance.
Matt's been at this for years. Yet again, the one thing that I've learned about the building trade is that nothing is ever as simple as it looks.
Yeah. But you can't do it straight off the bottom because there's a void, so you have to measure 190. That's how I do it anyway.
Yeah?
Then measure off.
There are many skills at work here. Even round tubes into round holes need to be marked, measured, drilled and fitted. Fitness, firmness and delight. And that's where you're going to drill a hole through to sit on top of those pipes. Make my teeth hurt, that. Right, oh, a big hole.
One big hole.
Can I do the other one? No? What? You don't want me to ruin your thing, do you?
It tends to walk across the back of the unit.
Okay, go on then, you do it.
I've got one to do at the back for the washing machine hoses.
I can see now why Matt's not too keen for me to have a go. This has to be a hole-in-one. There's no chance for mistakes here. Right, now we've got to get the unit in. Right, I'll give you a hand. So all of these holes should fit now.
Yeah, they've all got a
we
line
lift it
up.
over that one first. No? I'll get that water through. Ooh. Thread it in. There we go.
Right, now this should bend forward because it's on a flexible. No, it isn't. It's tight.
So I've sort of got it. They should drop down. 1, 2. Look at that. Brilliant. All the pipes through. Okay, all right. Job's a good one. He's got to put the top worktops on this, which is the really, really tricky part, and he's also got to put the units up on the wall. So I think what we'll do is we'll let him get on now and come back and see Matthew later. I must now leave Great Notley as I have an important artistic meeting nearby at Braintree Town Hall. Now, if you've been following this series, you'll know that in Great Notley they're running an arts competition for a huge sculpture to go on the mound by the bowl in the country park. Today is the big day. The judges are actually here in the town hall in Braintree deciding who's won the competitions, and the artists are nervously waiting outside. I'm told that Jean Grice, who's head of cultural services for the council, is going to come out any second with the results. Here it is. Hi,
Hello.
Jean. How's it gone then?
Very well. It was a really, really difficult decision, and it didn't probably go the way we expected it to go. And we did think we had a front runner in the first round, but it's changed. It's Jonathan Clark has actually been selected.
Brilliant. Well, we went to see Jonathan. We went up to his foundry and we saw him working away on the piece. And what about the other two? Are they disappointed?
Well, not really, because it was so close. And the second piece to be chosen was Anne Wesley's, which has absolutely wonderful resonances with the community. And all the judges wanted to see it incorporated into the village. And so it's actually going to be erected outside the school. So the third piece, again, it was a beautiful idea, but it's about diving through time and space. And so we're going to propose that it becomes the centre art for our new swimming pool. So it will be a piece of art, and this seems to fit the brief perfectly.
So
hopefully we've got 3 winners.
You had 3 finalists and they've all won something.
It looks like it.
This is Jonathan, the winner. Congratulations.
Thank you.
And a piece that I actually saw you working on in your workshop. You were doing it in polystyrene.
That's right.
And you were very tight on the deadline when I spoke to you.
Yes.
When did you actually put this together?
Yesterday.
Yesterday. But you won with it. Well done.
Well, thanks. Yeah.
How do you feel?
Very good. Very good. Yeah. I mean, I'm really pleased. It's the opportunity of getting a major-sized piece on a big hill without anything else to look at, except my sculpture, which is very good for the ego. And
Because it's just sky, isn't it?
Yeah. No, it's perfect. I mean, you don't often get opportunities like that.
When we saw it originally, it was kind of abstract. I mean,
Yeah.
Someone said it looked like a parrot, and someone
Yeah,
else said a
right.
bird of prey.
It went. We decided we wanted a bird of prey because of the natural habitat of the birds of prey in the area, the grassland. So, and because it's a nature reserve area, we wanted to keep it sort of having a little bit of a link. It has this sort of wing quality which is quite reflective, and so hopefully it will shimmer against the sky.
What's the timescale? When do you actually have to have it ready?
Well, it'd be nice to have it done for when the centre opens in October. That's the general plan.
Is that tight?
Yes, as ever. But as you know, I work well when things are tight.
So now the result is known. Let's look at the work of the other sculptors. Time Tumbler is by local Essex artist John Mills.
I did think today that I was going to have to say hard luck to somebody, but beautifully, it hasn't turned out that way because everybody's come away with a bit of something. Because they're talking about putting this into the swimming pool now.
Yeah, it's very good. It's very unusual for this kind of a result to occur. So we're all going away with smiling faces, not one droopy-jawed individual going out of the building.
Competitions are a bit tough, aren't they?
Yes, they seem to be the fashion at the moment. So we get used to them.
What is the theme? Is it the circle of life? How do you see it?
I called it time tumbler for the site on top of Great Notley Hill or Great Notley Bowl. But it is in fact a somersaulting figure. So for this particular situation, it's somersaulting through time, the continuum of man, somersaulting through time and intelligence. So the swimming pool turns out to be, from my point of view, even better. And I like the idea of Jonathan's big bird flying over the hill.
Over the years,
Anne Wesley's sculpture, Unity, although it was designed for the Notley Bowl site, has, however, been offered a new home at Great Notley Primary School.
Well, congratulations on getting the commission on it, because it's your first major public piece, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
And the nice thing about it is you've got little children's handprints all the way around this.
Yes.
And now it's going to be going next to the primary school.
Yes, and the children, they'll have quite a big part in the making of the sculpture, because they'll go to the sand casting foundry in Rain, my village, Notley children crossing the bypass to come to the old village, and they'll be pressing their hands in the sand, and then their imprints will be cast. So I've called this Unity, this sculpture, because a unity is the imprint of life.
Well, I think it's lovely. I'm ever so glad you've come away with something. And
Thank you.
It hasn't been a disappointing day
Not
for
at
anyone.
all.
No.
It's been very challenging. It's really battered the ego left, right and centre, which is good.
It's always a good thing to do.
It is.
Anyway.
And I'm happy for everybody.
The Notley Hill site awaits Jonathan's bird of prey. But will Jonathan make the final deadline? We will come back to find out. Join us after the break when we finish fitting the kitchen. And weigh in with Charlie the dog at the new vets. Welcome back to Great Notley Garden Village. I'm now going to meet veterinary Gareth Harries. For over a year, the vets have been administering to the needs of creatures great and small from a temporary porter cabin near the village green. Now they have finally moved into the new surgery in the village shopping centre at Great Notley. And business is thriving, but there are teething problems.
Well, this is the new vets. They moved from the tatty old porter cabin across the way, and they're now in. And Gareth is here. How's it going?
Not too bad. Settling in reasonably well. Finding homes for things, and a few problems, but not too bad on the whole.
What sort of problems?
Well, there's a few design things that we've overlooked. Things as simple as just where we've sited plug sockets. Most of the ones that have been put in are completely inconvenient for the use that we want to actually have with them. So the scales should be in the waiting room, but we've got nowhere to put them out here at all.
There's no... Oh, see, because that'd be in the way of the door.
Exactly,
so.
yeah. And it's things that have just been... On a design plan, they look great, no problems. But in reality, it's just been something that's overlooked.
Now, you've actually got a problem with your scales, haven't you? Because this gentleman over
Yeah.
here is trying to get them fixed.
Yeah, this chap's just turned up to hopefully calibrate them and get them going for us.
But in the meantime, we've got a lovely dog over here who's waiting to use them. What's his name?
Charlie.
Charlie, are you going on the scales? Are you? Yes. I think Mummy's been a bit over generous.
Yes.
Yeah, she's looked into your she's looked into your big deep eyes and said, "There you are, Charlie. Have a little extra." Ooh. Oh, he likes the camera. That's nice. Well, anyway, when we get the scales sorted, has he been on a diet for a little while?
They weren't going last week, so we couldn't
Oh,
go
right.
on.
Oh, well, it's a start. It's a start.
Sorry?
There you go. We've got to get that weight off, mate, especially in this hot weather. So, anything? What about the rest of the place?
Yeah, it's excellent. I mean, well, what can you say compared with a porter cabin? It's amazing. We've got consulting room straight ahead of you through there.
Look. Don't mind me going in?
No, help yourself. Yeah, we've had a couple of teething problems in here with the drainage. It's left a bit of a smell in the air in the morning, the origin of which we've yet to identify. But it's not very pleasant, and it's something that we do want sorted out.
Something else that's on the sick list is the broken scales.
It's not even re-zeroing.
11.
Well, it's not.
No. Well,
I think it's very poorly.
is it?
I think so.
It's not going to work.
We'll have to take it to bits, I'm afraid. I mean, you're not happy to. It's not near enough.
It's not. It's not good enough. I mean, they've got to be accurate
Yes.
for us. And
There might be in half an hour's time, but.
What are we going to do then about Charlie waiting out at the reception?
well, basically, we've got another set of scales on the way back over from the hospital to weigh Charlie, and then we'll take them back to the hospital afterwards.
This is turning into a bit of a mess, isn't it? Just a simple set of scales. Is it moving it, do you think, that's done it? Or...
Probably.
Yeah?
Well, you're the expert on the scales. But they were working beforehand and...
Well, half the trouble, the vet's tried to mend it himself, I think.
No, not guilty. my boss did, but I'm not touching such things, no.
Okay. I can see this turning into an argument, so I'm going to back out of it.
Okay.
As the scales are being mended, poor old Charlie is left with that hungry look in the waiting room. Whilst they're trying to sort things out at the vet's, I'm going to return to Willow's Edge and join Matt, the kitchen fitter.
Just did the corners.
The basic framework of the kitchen units is complete. Now it's just the case of fitting doors and work surfaces, and cutting out the high altar of the kitchen, the all-important kitchen sink.
Wow.
And sink cut out. It's going now. Super.
Yes.
Although all the kitchen units are designed to fit neatly together like a jigsaw, this is not always necessarily the case.
This one's not going to fit.
Isn't it?
It's got to be cut down a bit, this one.
Why? What's wrong with it?
Because the room must be slightly smaller than it should be, or the tops are slightly longer. So,
You know this already, do you?
I've measured it all.
Measured it already.
Yeah. It's just got to be cut
You're
back.
right.
Yeah.
It won't drop down, will it?
No.
So it's this room, or these boards are out by, a good 20 mil, or in old money about 3/4 of an
Yeah,
inch.
getting on
something
for an
like
inch,
that.
yeah.
So what are you going to do? You're going to cut a bit off here?
No, I'll cut it off the back, because that's not the same.
The back?
Yeah.
So you're going to cut all... Oh, you've marked it already.
Yeah, cut it.
Line all the way down there.
Yeah, which will allow the top to go back.
Yeah.
And then I'll have to move the base unit back the same amount.
The base unit, so you're going to have to cut this
Yeah,
as well?
cut just the back. Yeah, cut the back again. You always take it off the back and move everything back.
So a lot of work for you, that, isn't it? Because somebody made a mistake somewhere. You're not bothered?
Nah, it's part of it in the kitchen, isn't it?
Okay, all right then. I'll let you carry on fitting. This is the serving hatch. Is there anything for dinner? Well, Matthew has finished the kitchen, apart from the appliances that need to go in, and he's covered it all up. It's looking absolutely lovely. I suppose the washing machine will go in there, or the dishwasher, or vice versa with that hole. The cooker's going to go in there with the hob on the top, and the fridge is eventually going to go in here. He's put all of these cupboards up on the wall, and he's even put the fancy stuff on the top, the name of which I've completely forgotten, but fancy stuff will suffice. And down at the bottom, he's got a nice little bit down there as well, covering all the legs. So, job done, covered up, the tilers can come in, the people doing the ceiling can come in, and then the electricians and plumbers can come in. It's ready for everyone else.
Meanwhile, back at the vet's, it's been a long wait for Charlie. But finally, another set of scales has been found.
Look, good news. New scales being brought in from the hospital. Charlie can be weighed at last. Good news, Charlie. It can happen for you now. Oh, that seems to be working now. Is it? Yes, it's zeroed.
Yeah, well, I think you will find these rolls for bed.
Hello, Mac.
Get you on the scale.
Come on, Charlie, up you
Do you
get,
want me to
mate.
pick him up? Yeah.
Charlie does not want to be waved.
Okay.
There we go.
Hold on. 17 point... No.
No cheating.
Because he's got his harness on.
All right. That's it. Good lad.
Come
Good
on.
lad.
Come on. Good boy, Charlie. 17.8, I think that was.
Yep.
Yeah. What is it? 17.8.
17.8. Does that mean he's lost a bit?
I will find out now.
Yeah.
Yep. He's lost a bit.
He's lost a bit. Good lad, Charlie. You'll soon be a supermodel.
So he's down.
Right, so he was 18.2. Now he's 17.8.
We're keeping him down on his progression.
So, he's lost a little bit, but he's still got a long way to go.
Yeah, he's got a hell of a long way to go. He's only 3 years old and he's probably carrying about
Too bad.
maybe about half as much weight. So half of his body weight that shouldn't really be there.
Really?
So
That'd be very dangerous for his heart, couldn't it?
definitely for such a young dog,
Yeah.
you know, it's going to slow him down and
Right.
be behaving more like an 8-year-old.
Well, Charlie's got a long way to go. He's got to lose half of his body weight. That's going some, isn't it? And the vets, well, they've got quite a long way to go. They've moved just to here only a few days ago. They've had some awful teething problems, but it's a lot better than that scruffy porter cabin, and I'm sure they'll get it right, and Great Notley will have a great veterinary surgery. As for the scales, they're getting some tender loving care as well. Oh, here's Charlie on his way.
Well, it's off to a strict diet and Weight Watchers for Charlie. Join us again when we return for another episode in the life of the Great Notley Garden Village.